Mickey Mouse is in the public domain. Does that mean I can get rich quick with Mickey Mouse merch? From the beginning of 2024, the original version of Mickey from the first film Steamboat Willie is finally no longer under copyright protection. As one of the most famous characters in the amazingly lucrative Disney stable, imagine the amount of sales we can all have. Is 2024 going to be the year where we're practically printing our own money? I can already see all the print on demand shops creating designs for t shirt, mugs, mouse mats, and just about everything else. Let's see what I can make for my shop with a needle felted Mickey Mouse while I dig into this some more. Firstly, what exactly is copyright? The National Portrait Gallery describes it as copyright is the exclusive legal right to permit or prohibit copying of certain, usually created works for a limited time. And actually, over the years, Disney has lobbied hard to extend the copyright several times, from what it was originally to 95 years from the date created for corporations like Disney. Finally, this time they've not fought to extend the copyright. So at the very beginning of 2024, the copyright on that first version of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse from Steamboat Willie and Plain Crazy, as well as loads of other films and recorded music, has expired. Well, the first caveat there is it's expired in the US. Copyright in different countries is different. For example, in the UK, copyright for films is 70 years after the death of the director, screenplay author, and composer. And for artistic work, it's 70 years after the death of the creator. But most money for items like this will still be made in the US, so most people are talking about the US copyright. So, assuming that this version of Mickey Mouse is now out of copyright, what does that mean? Copyright was really pretty simple, although people argued with it. Don't mess with a mouse. Okay, there's always going to be fair use, but as that involves going to court and Disney has good lawyers, don't mess with a mouse was a good rule to go by. So now that a version of the mouse is out of copyright, it has entered the public domain then? It's still fair game for us to make and sell things? That's what 90% of the internet is telling us. But I'm going to say to be really careful and think twice before you do. And this video, of course, is not legal advice. The copyright has expired. I'm not going to argue that. Disney, at the end of last year, issued a statement to the media which includes more modern versions of Mickey will remain unaffected by the expiration of Steamboat Mickey copyright. And Mickey will continue to play a leading role as a global ambassador for the Walt Disney Company in our storytelling, theme park attractions, and merchandise. We will, of course, continue to protect our rights in the more modern versions of Mickey Mouse and other works that remain subject to copyright. We will work to safeguard against consumer confusion caused by unauthorized uses of Mickey and other iconic characters. So, reading into that, first of all, Disney will continue to protect its copyright of all the more modern versions. I imagine there'll be lots of people mistakenly creating the wrong versions, so Disney may even be more active in chasing creators. I would advise strongly to double check everything you're creating and selling to make sure nothing infringes any Disney copyright. But is there more to it than that? Is there any other way Disney can protect Mickey? It's that last sentence. We'll work to safeguard against consumer confusion caused by unauthorized uses of Mickey and our other iconic characters. That sounds very much like Trademark to me. And Disney does have the trademark to its characters in a variety of uses. Trademark is not quite like copyright. It's there to avoid brand confusion, but artwork has been trademarked. And as a very distinctive global ambassador of Disney, Mickey Mouse is very clearly tied to the brand of Disney. Some people are interpreting this to mean that you can't use Mickey ears or open a theme park called the Mickey Mouse Experience. But it's likely more than that. If Disney are selling the old version of Mickey Mouse on t-shirts, mugs or hats, and you decided also to sell a drawing of that Mickey on those type of items, then it's possible that a customer would assume your item came from Disney. And if it was of lower quality, that might hurt that customer's impression of the Disney brand. So it's possible that Disney will protect the trademark of Mickey on selling items that Disney also sells. So, could I sell this needle felted Mickey Mouse I'm making here? Quite possibly. I don't think anyone would think this comes from Disney. Could I draw Mickey and pop him on a t shirt? That would be more dodgy. I'm going to say for you crafty clan members, I think it's safer to wait and see how strongly Disney protects its trademark. Or if you really want to use Mickey to create items for sale, then adapt Mickey so much that it's unlikely anyone would think the item comes from Disney. There have been horror cartoons and games of Mickey Mouse out already. I do fear in 6 months or so there will have been some massive lawsuits against small creators to send a message to the rest of us. And personally, I don't fancy being the miner's canary to lead for everyone else to see if it's safe to sell the mouse. I'm not messing with the mouse. This little guy, it'll be just for me.